Hey, it's Adele from Let's Get Inkie, and I have to go in. Oh, and I've still got paint all over my hands from filming the last video. Sorry, peeps. Today we are doing a bit of a current journal looky. I didn't realise I currently have 16 journals. Well, okay, 14. There's 2 that are on the precipice of getting started. So I have 14 journals in action right now, which is probably about 8 more than I thought. So I thought we'd drive in. Oh, and there's another one that I can't find either. Okay, so it's 15. It's 15 journals. I thought we'd jump in and have a little look at all of them and a chat about why I have so many and why I like to have so many, and the pros and cons that I've found from each type. And I've separated them into 3 categories. So I've got 3 traveler's notebooks. These are my main journals that you've probably seen most in the videos. And then we've got some others. Some of these only have a few pages done that I have started, which is nice because I'm finishing up a lot of this pile and moving mainly into that pile. So let's start with this center pile, my current busy journals. Okie dokie. So this is the first journal. It's a Delusions A4 creative journal. It's by Ranger, and I've had this one for a lot of years. I like that the cover is really sturdy. You can see my journals do get quite beaten up. This one has probably moved about 4 times at least, so it's held up well. The things that I don't like about this one, the pocket. I have no use for the pocket, but it could be really handy for someone else. I just feel like if I put anything in the pocket, it won't close properly. Something that I really dislike is I've finished one of these journals before and the spines go wonky. So you can see the spine should have started over here, and just by filling it up, the spine moves slanted. So that's something to keep in mind. I've never had a problem with pages falling out. It's just that everything moves that way. This one is great because it's big. I would not recommend an A4 size journal to be your first one because it can be very overwhelming to have to fill up a whole big space. I would probably start with something that was this size. So this is A5-ish. I think this is a much better size to start off with. So this one, I do often rip the first page because they're glued to the book. It has creamy coloured paper. It's very thick, so really great for a lot of layers, a lot of mixed media. It takes a lot of stuff, but yeah, it's just not my favourite. I'm not a huge fan of the cream coloured page. I prefer a white page. And yeah, but it's been fun to work in. You've seen this was a recent process video. So this one, that's a little one that Archie did. This one is getting close to an end, so it hasn't got too many to go. I use it like a use it up journal and plonk in paint when I'm not, when I have extra. Actually, I have a bit of extra here, which I might put in it at the end of filming. But it's a nice journal to work in. I probably won't get another one though. I've done 2 of them, and you know, I'm kind of done. I like to change. I don't like to stay in the same art journal for too long. So there is that one. I would have started this pre-kids, definitely pre-kids. So this has been going for 7 years or so. I have stages where I like it and I come back to it and then I leave it for several years. So that's number 1. Where should I put all of these? They're going to thump on the floor. This one, actually, this is kind of in a category of its own. This is my En Masse journal, which is an idea created by Shannon Green over here on YouTube. If you haven't checked out her channel, please do. She's got amazing stuff and inspired so much of my arty process. And I used an old Frankie magazine. So this started off as a magazine and has now been chunker filled. And so the idea of an en masse journal, if you haven't watched my other videos on it here on YouTube or over on Patreon, it's a book where you collect the same images. So you might have a page that is all flowers, you might have a page that is all numbers, you might have a page that's all blue stuff, whatever categories you like. And you can see here I've got some bits shoved in that I still need to do. I've been working a lot with this journal on Patreon over the last 18 months, and it's almost finished. So this has been, it's like a glue book style. So, you know, like this is labels, hearts, tickets. My favorite page, there's red. My favorite is space stamps, because that's just so satisfying. And it was the first page that I actually filled in green. So most of this is done, and it's been a labour of love. This is many years old. This is like 8 years old, I think. There's still a few categories that don't have a lot to go. I might actually be able to finish sunglasses with that little one that I just saw. There we go. That will fit perfectly there, and then I just need one more. Yay! So this one's coming to an end. And I will be very glad when it's done, because it's been an absolute labour of love. So there is that one. So you can make journals out of magazines if you want to. You just have to be careful with which magazine you pick. And I think I have a process video here on YouTube showing how I set this up, and I took some pages out, and yeah, so maybe have a look, search Let's Get Inkie en masse journal. So there's that one. Next up we have this one that I have just finished, actually. So this is a journal that I've been working with exclusively over on Patreon, and this is my Jamie Journal 2.0. Hang on, let me get the original Jamie Journal. So this is the original Jamie Journal, and the reason why I called it the Jamie Journal is because it's a Jamie Oliver cookbook. It's just one that I picked up at an op shop. I like the thickness. I liked, oh, my lighting's going funny. Hang on. I'm filming this late at night, so my lights are like, ah! But this is the original Jamie Journal, and she's chunky. She is a delight. So I did this exclusively over on Patreon, all the process videos for this, and a flip through of the finished one. But, oh, she's chockers. Absolutely chockers. And this was my favourite journal that I've done for a really long time. I love that. It was great fun to work in and experiment with some different things. So that's the original Jamie Journal, which is done. And this is Jamie Journal 2.0. So this is another cookbook. Cookbooks just seem to have a great size. So if you're looking for an altered book to do, have a look at cookbooks. I didn't get this one secondhand. I got it from Aldi, but I think it was $10 or something. I liked the cotton binding on the spine. I felt like that would withstand a lot of use. That's something you got to kind of look for if you're altering a book. And I liked the size of the book as well. So this one I have just finished. It's just been completed. Again, all the process videos are over there, and this one is jam-packed as well. So Patreon peeps, there'll be a flip through of this one over on Patreon this month. But it's been really fun to work in, and look at these little goobers. I'm tempted to cut out a picture of Jamie Oliver and superimpose it onto her face. I don't want to do the front. That's something I've been thinking about, because I was thinking maybe I could get mixed media paper and do something, but I think I just want to leave it as is, just to show that, you know, can't judge a book by its cover. So that's that one. And then we have this, which is the Denim Journal. So this is a Dina Wakley Denim Journal. I don't know what she calls them, but it's also by Ranger, the same company as the first one. And look, I had her first journal. Hang on, let me get that one. So if you've been a long time inklet, you'll remember this one. So this was her first journal, and they're the same size, but this one had craft paper, white paper, and burlap. And the burlap I really had a lot of trouble with. You might remember some of these process videos. So this was the original one, and I loved it so much that I decided to try her new one. This page, it's one of my favorites. I decided to try her new one, which is the Denim journal. And I have to be honest, not a fan of the denim. Not a fan of the denim. It just... So you might have seen a few of these process videos. The other ones will be on, these ones are on Patreon. But the denim just throws me. It throws me a lot. But I'm trying to get done with this one so that I can move on, because I know that if I don't finish it soon, I love this page. If I don't finish it soon, then it won't get done. And I'm probably I'm at least halfway through, I reckon. But just the, it's very different than the thick cardstock white that I'm used to. So if you have used this journal and you have shared any ways that you've used the denim online, or if you have any ideas for how I can use the denim online, please let me know. I was thinking of folding some in half and making, like, stitching it, making a pocket. Let me know if I should do a video on that. But yeah, so denim journal is that one, and it's not my fave. It's not my favorite. All right, next up we have this one, which is a junk journal that I made over on Patreon. I do a lot of specific journals over there that we work through, journals that are a bit different, and we work through from start to finish. This one only has one video to go, and it's completely made out of junk mail. So these are all brochures that I did a lot of treatment to and did things to them. And so the final video is going to be these 2 pages, and then we're going to bind it all together through stitching. So that video will come out probably early next month, I'm thinking. But this has been a lovely journal to work in, something totally different. I've never made a journal out of junk mail, and it's a really cost-effective way to get into junk journaling if you want to give it a try, because it's literally rubbish that you get for free in your mailbox. So I have a process video showing how how I chose the specific brochures that I did and why, and how I treated them before I put it all together, because I didn't just put them as is, I did stuff to them. So that one will be coming to an end soon, which I feel like there's no better feeling than coming to an end of a journal. It's just so satisfying. This is a random one that I started. So this is a magazine called Lunch Lady, which is an Australian magazine, is it? I think, possibly. Don't judge me on that. I think it might be. And it's a pricey one. It's $20. Actually, I think it may have gone up by then. But it has a lovely little size. I'm going to turn my phone on silent. It's a lovely little size. Again, I'm a sucker for a fabric spine, and the magazine itself is just a whole bunch of cute little things. So a lot of the time I will use some of the pages for collage in my other art journals, or I'll rip out a page and use the text as a background collage for layers. They have a lot of really cool patterns in here as well, which is why I chose to turn it into a journal, because a lot of the pages I thought I could just, you know, slap something on that, keep the background as it is, and that page is done. So I've done a few pages in here, a few bits and pieces. Where's another one? There's a few up here, I think. Stuck that in. Got a little flippy flap. There we go. I've done a few little bits and pieces, but there's much more to come for that journal. That's only just started. Next up, we have this, which hasn't been worked in yet. But this is a journal that I made last year towards the end of the year on Patreon, and I decided to document Christmas in a junk journal style format. So like a December daily, but not a December daily, because I won't be doing daily. It'll just be December. And this was a bit of a trial to see if I could completely change my entire pocket page scrapbooking process, because I had this crazy idea that maybe I could just have one of these every month, but I could never do that until I'd caught up. So it's not happening anytime soon. But I made a video over there of how we put this journal together using all sorts of eclectic papers and sizes and pockets and all sorts of bags, fun things, and so I need to start working in this. I need to figure out what I'm going to do, which Christmas I'm going to do. I kind of have to have a look and see, because I've already scrapped, well, I'm in the process of scrapping December 2021, which is where I'm up to scrapping. Maybe it could be December 2022, or quite likely it will be December 2023. So this is a Christmas junk journal. So if you want to see more of that, head over to the Patreon. Again, this is another Patreon one, so I do a lot of, yeah, like I said, a lot of specific journals over there. This is one that I've only started this week, and this is a Graphic 45 flip book, and it has like lots of flippy, you know, waterfall pocket things and pockets here and pockets there, and so this is going to be a new journal to play in over there and just create a whole big painty fun. This was a fun page to make. I am thrown quite a lot out of my comfort zone though with this one, because I've never done an interactive journal, you know what that means, a flippity flap journal, and so I have titled this my Flippity Flappity Flap Book, or the FFF journal, and so that's one that I will be continuing to work on. Then what else do we have? This is a little journal that I started ages ago. Ignore that. And I started it, I don't know why I started it, but I did things in it, just like little random things. It's a Jane Davenport, I don't know what she calls her journals, but art journal, it's her one. And I used it, these are some printables that I did ages ago, and this was a video. I did some like urban sketching, so this is a picture that I stuck in and painted, and so this is a really eclectic journal. As you can see, I don't work chronologically in it at all. Some use it up pages. I've got some random journaling. I took some notes from Amy Tan's Craft a Life You Love book. So this one's just a pen test. She's a random one, but I do want to continue this and have it a bit more flat, so probably not as art journal-y, mixed media-y as my other ones are, but more of a writey art journal, if that all makes sense. So yeah, so you'll probably see this one pop up in some videos here on YouTube, and yeah, we'll see where this one takes us. This is another Jane Davenport journal, which I lost. I lost it for, what do you think, Patreon peeps? Probably at least 1.5 years, maybe even 2 years, I lost this journal. And I found it when we moved, which is very exciting. But this is my colour journal. And so this is another exclusive video, journal over there. And so I went through and did colour swatches of all of my red things. And then I wrote facts about the colour red and collected red pictures of things. I did some more swatches and drawings, and then I did the same for orange and all of the colours. And this journal honestly has been one of my favourite that I've ever done. It's so different to how I've attacked journals before, and it's a real artisty kind of style. And it reminds me of, I used to have this neighbour when I was growing up, so between the ages of say 6 and 11, and there was this sweet old man that lived up the road. His name was Stan, and old man Stan, and he was an artist. At the time, he probably would have been in his 80s, and he gave me this little box of cards that he had made, like white cardstock cards in a box, and it had all paint swatches on it, and they were all different color combinations. And I feel like that was so pivotal in my life. And yeah, it's just amazing how this little, you know, sweet act of kindness, he knew that I loved to draw, and so he lent them to me to have a look at, and I studied those things. With the neuro-spicy brain that I have, I ogled over those for hours every day, and I gave them back to him after. But this reminds me of that, and it's kind of fun to go back to like my creative roots, I guess you could say, and kind of dive into colour studies and, you know, the history of colour. So yeah, that's what this journal is. There are tons of process videos of this. If you're interested, another one. We're still going, peeps. There's so many. This is my urban sketching journal. So basically, if there's a type of journal, I've tried it. Junk journals, glue books, art journals, artist sketchbooks, urban sketching. Are there any en masse journals? Journaling by Fives journal. If there is another type of journal that I haven't tried yet that you think I should have a go, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to try. So this is my urban sketching journal. It is a Winsor & Newton. It cost a pretty penny because Winsor & Newton is pricey, so I would not recommend this for starters. It's watercolor paper, and I only bought this because it was on special. It was like half price, and I thought, hey, I'll give that a go because I've never tried their paper before. And I took this away with me. I did a travel vlog for Patreon where we went to Airlie Beach, and I did a video of what I packed in my urban sketching kit, and some video of me doing some things there. And so I painted while I was there. We went camping, and I did this. I did some gold, like, I don't know if you can see them in this lighting, but I did some gold little doodly bits in the fire, which I absolutely love. This is one that I started of our tent, but I didn't finish it. And so, oh, this was Archie's contribution to my little picture. So this one I want to keep going and go places and do some more urban sketching stuff. So this is a very different style again to the other ones. They're all so different. All right, now we're getting up to the ones that there's only a couple of pages done. So this is a Clairefontaine A4 journal. Yep, Clairefontaine. And if you have not tried Clairefontaine paper, ooh, I highly recommend. I got this from Officeworks, Aussie peeps, and I think it was about $30. The paper is thin, and it's not made for mixed media. But to write on, oh, this is Aaron and I's favourite notebook paper. We have tried a lot of notebooks. We've tried the Leuchtturms, we've tried the Rhodia, we've tried all of the, you know, the big ones that everyone tries. Clairefontaine is so white. It is bright white, and it's smooth as. So if you're in the market for a new notebook, highly recommend. And so this is a random one that I did this in. Now, I don't remember painting this, so that's interesting. I must have. Yeah, I don't remember painting it at all. But apart from those numbers that I put in here the other day, my battery just filled up, so I don't know where to cut me off. But yeah, I don't remember painting this, which is awesome. But I am thinking that once I have finished the colour journal, so I've got a few pages left at the front. So I've got, what have I got? There's one there, a couple here, and there might be a couple at the back too. Yeah, there's just a few at the back. So I've got to kind of figure out what to put in there. I don't know. If you've got any ideas, let me know. But once I finish that, I think I'm going to turn this into a bigger version of the colour journal and have it with like lots of yummy paint swatches and just written information and little drawings, and I might take it places and really bust out this as a working art journal, and not like my Denim journal and the Jamie journal where they're like finished precision, every inch of the page is covered with paint journal. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, that's what I'm thinking for this random foresty night one. I must say though, with paint on it, this paper crinkles quite lovely if you like a crinkly page. So there's that one. And then I took this one to Airlie Beach with the other one, and I started just using this as a big journal. Oh, we're very bright. Hang on a second. Okay, that's a bit better. And so I did some like tarot stuff in here with some paint swatches, and I was doing a lot of writing. Started a quote that I never finished, and that's all that's in this one. So again, I think I'll leave this one for now and do this kind of thing in that other one. And then once that's finished, I can continue on in here. So this is another one of the Clairefontaine delicious notebooks. Then there's these two, which are on my list to start this year. This is a little book, a little novel, Anne of Avonlea. Is that Anne of Green Gables? I don't know, I've never read it. It was 60 cents. And so I want to make this into a journal, and this is all I've done. A bit of peachy paint that I had left over slapped on a page. So this will be over on Patreon, and I will convert this into a journal. I'm going to take out some of the pages, maybe put some other papers in, and this will be a work in progress. But the girl on the front reminded me of me because she had red hair. So I wanted to try that. It's been squashed quite badly and has a bit of water damage and needs a bit of a cleanup. So that will be a journal coming back this year, and I'm looking forward to a smaller size. This is quite a tiny journal compared to the ones that I'm used to. So that one will be coming soon. And then this is one that I picked up. So this is a pre-made journal. So this is 365 Days of Art in Nature by Lorna Scobie, and it's quite thick. It was $23 where I got it from, and it has all little prompts. So for example, draw the waves in a sea. Design these fish. Consider how you can create the illusion of scales and textiles. Could you blend colours together or create collages out of cut paper? Draw a pattern based on water. Add to the design. Does it sweep across the page or fill the whole space? So it's just all little nature prompts, and I freaking love this. If I can find this, I'll put it in my Amazon storefront for you peeps. But this will be another Patreon series that I work through this, probably going spontaneously. I probably won't go chronologically, and I won't do one a day, but I'll probably pick, you know, a couple to do in a row. And I want to get paint in here. I want it to not just be flat pencil. I want to bulk it up and make it all painty, but it looks really fun. Something a bit different. Again, it's another different journal. All right, now we're on to Traveler's Notebooks. So this one is, I believe this is from Freckled Fawn, this cover. I got it ages and ages ago, And this, yeah, it is freckled fawn. This is my actual traveler's travel-y notebook, and I started this a few years ago when we went to Melbourne with Archie, and these are from the stampspot.net.au, and I love these these inserts because they have page protectors in them as well. And so I did all process videos. Again, a series over on Patreon where I went through and we did this whole journal and documented. I took this down with me to Melbourne on the plane, and I took a little kit of supplies that I talked about, that I showed, and journaled a bit down there. And that was a really fun one to do. So I do want to use the other insert this year to document the camping trip that we just went on. Because, you know, thanks to pandemic and things, we haven't really travelled far. And we were meant to go to Queensland at the start of the year, but I got the pandemic thing, which meant we had to cancel our flights and lose thousands of dollars, which was great fun. And I just spent New Year home sick instead. So that would have been what this insert was for. That's what I was planning to do for this insert. But you know, life happens. So I think I'll do our camping trip, which was only like 2 hours away, but it still counts as a holiday, still counts as a trip away. So that's my travel-y notebook. Then 2 more to go. This is my quotes traveler's notebook, and this is a cover that I actually won off, is it Journaling Pam? I don't know her YouTube channel off the top of my head, but her name is Pam, I think, and she journals. And so I won this in a giveaway that she had. And then over on the Patreon, I made these inserts in a video, made these little junk journal inserts, and this is my quote journals. And so I write down little quotes that struck my fancy and make me happy, and so I put them all in here. And I did a lot of this when I was in 3rd trimester with Violet, because I was in a lot of pain and on the couch a lot, and so this was a great little activity that I could do with just, you know, a bucket of pens and my phone to look up some quotes. And this was a really fun journal to put together because there's painted pages. There's a lot of painted pages actually compared to previous inserts that I've made. There's some printables in there as well. And so yeah, this was really good fun to put together, and I think I'm going to take it back out to the couch so that I can work on it and finish it off. So that was a good one. And then finally, we're finally at the final. Now I know there is another journal. I have a muck about journal, which is somewhere, so I'll show you a past one. Craft the lunch is all around me. So there is one of these lurking in the craft room somewhere, but I can't find it. So this was a little junk journal that I made. And I did the process on Patreon, and this is like my Commonplace book. And so I put, you know, I put like phone games to try. So if I get targeted ads for merging games on my phone, because that's what I'm obsessed with, I'll write them in here instead of taking screenshots and having the screenshots never be seen again. I've got a recipe that I wanted to try for banana breakfast muffins. I've got an event that I wanted to go to, a Pick Your Own Sunflowers Day. I have got some Christmas present ideas for the grandparents if they ask. Some to-do projects I wanted to do, all sorts of different things in here. So I have another one of these, but its whereabouts currently are unknown. And then the final journal, peeps. If you've stayed this long, you are a superstar. The final journal is my traveler's notebook, which is a bit of a shambles right now. But this is insert 3, which has a flip through over here on YouTube. And then this is insert 4, which, did I just finish it? I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay, there'll be a flip through of this next week. Yay. All right. Oh, why have we got pages at the beginning? Adele, what did you do? Why did I do that? Oh, maybe I wanted to do a few photos before Violet was born. Oh, okay. Well, I still have one more process video to do, and then we'll do a flip through here on YouTube. And then my current insert is this one, which you've seen. You've seen process videos of this one, and I've showed it in the flippity flap video that we just did, the tip-ins one. But yes, so this will always be. I think I'll always do a traveler's notebook in some sort of style, and I really love them. I really do. It's a good size. So that is the final journal. So look, we've got, if you include the green one that I haven't actually started and the Anne novel, we have 17 journals, which is not too many, peeps. Don't let anyone tell you too many journals is enough, because it's fun to have different styles, to experiment with different things. So please let me know in the comments, which is your favorite? Which one do you like the best? Which one do you want to see more videos of? And I will be back with some more journal videos very soon. I hope you're enjoying the Inkie June Marathon. It's been a lot of filming, a lot of work at the moment, but I've been having a ball, and it's been nice to reflect on some different projects and things that I've been doing. But I hope you have a great day. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends if they're journaly. That would really mean the world to me, to find new inklets who want to get journaly with me. And I will see you all in another video very soon.